All right, Jonna, so today I'm making top ramen coleslaw. If you don't have time to listen to Dad rambling, down in the description below we have the ingredients and also the recipe. So feel free to check it out. Have a good day. All right, if you're still here, I love this type of coleslaw. I hate regular coleslaw. We know a lot of people that hate regular coleslaw. This is something you might want to try to take somewhere because it's not like normal coleslaw. And you'll see that when you make it. First of all, when do you see top ramen put into a coleslaw? That was a great idea. I don't know if I first thought it up, but it's great. It's got a great crunch to it and that little bit of a packet that we use. I don't use the full seasoning, you're gonna see that, but that packet gives it a different taste. To me, when you think of coleslaw, you think of sweet, but I like the idea of having something with a different salty seasoning taste to it that surprises people. I get a lot of compliments on it, and what's cool about it, it's cheap to make. You actually helped me make this as a child, so you like to stir it up, so it's fun for us to do that together, but the taste is good. You eat it now, which is nice. I think you'll like it later, but yeah, so let's make it. Let's check out the ingredients. All right, John, let's talk about the ingredients for the coleslaw. First up, Tri-Color Coleslaw. I use Tri-Color, you can use regular coleslaw mix, but I like the color to this, I like the carrot to it. I think it just looks a little better, so that's why I use Tri-Color, but any coleslaw will work. Next up, top ramen. This is what's gonna give us our crunch. But we also need the actual packet of it. I know people are thinking, what the heck, why would you use this? Trust me, this gives it an amazing flavor to it. So that. Next up, we just need 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So I don't have a brand preference. Then you can use different types of vinegar. Since this one with the top ramen, I'm gonna be using rice vinegar. I like this one. You're only using 3 tablespoons of this, so it'll work out good. Gives it a cool flavor to it. Let's put you, oops, right there. Next up, I don't have a package for it, but sugar. We're gonna end up using 2 tablespoons of sugar, the right amount of sweet. And let's see here. We're gonna use some pepper. I use about 1/2 teaspoon of ground black pepper and salt. I'm a salt diva. I like Himalayan sea salt. So I am going to use about a 1/2 teaspoon. So 1/2 teaspoon will do it for this. So, all right, let's show you how easy this is to make. All right, John, so let's start off by putting all of our basic ingredients in to our bowl here. So we got a rice wine. It's got such a good smell. Our vegetable oil. So what I like to do is just put off those 2 first. Now, let's take this Tri-Color and throw it on in. Color in, let's stir it up. Let's get all that going. I will speed this up. All right, John, so it's mixing pretty good. Next up, we got our salt and pepper. We're gonna add that in and keep stirring. Also, let's just add our sugar in too. Hey, just anybody out there, Gianna also, if you don't, I've done this before with artificial sweetener. You don't use as much, but it comes out just good. So you can do sugar-free alternatives to this. I just figured I would do sugar for this one. But you can do that. You can substitute that. All right, so I think we're pretty well stirred. Next up, let's mess with the top ramen. All right, so top ramen, we gotta crunch it up real good. Easiest way to crunch it up, get that anger out from the day. Johnny, you had a bad day at school, someone at work upset you, some new policy you don't like. Oops, that happens. We're okay with it. All right, so let's start adding the crunched ramen in. Some pieces are bigger, that's okay. Remember, we crushed it in the packet because of our anger. So I might crush some of these bigger ones up. I don't want it so big, but it's enough to get a good crunch. All right, so next up, this is all a preference, but I only like to use half the packet. So I'm gonna dibble-dabble that in there. That's about half right there. Let's stir, do a quick stir. And you'll notice when you're doing this, the smell of it, that vinegar gives it a cool kick. Vinegar is a great tool in the kitchen, like a great seasoning that not a lot of people use, that I like to use because it's unique, but it's been around forever. It's just, you know. But yeah, who would have thought ramen with vinegar and a coleslaw would have been good? All right, Lejana, let's take a look at this. Got it all nice stirred up. This is my little bowl I'm gonna take a bite out of. But check it out. It's got a nice little shine to it. It's got that dressing. You should smell it's good. So let's taste this. All right. All right, Jonna, so all done. Next up, let's just taste it, see how it tastes. So it's still sweet, but what makes it different is it's got that salty taste. When you first take a bite, you feel the salt of that packet, and then it goes into a little bit of the sweet of that sugar, and then it finishes off with that rice wine vinegar. And then you got that crunch. You got that consistent crunch throughout, and then that noodle goes in with the coleslaw crunch as well. So it's good. I'm having another bite while we're sitting here talking about it, but this is great. Maybe took me 10 minutes to make. So great when you need something in a quick, need to go, you know, that happens, you know how family is, hey, we're having a barbecue in an hour, can you come? You go through and you don't know what you have. If you got the basic ingredients, it's easy to make. This is gonna be good with dinner tonight. All right, well, I gotta go actually pick you up from daycare. So, all right, enjoy, love you.